All right, here at No Reserve, we have our incredible 1985 Chevy K10 short bed, 4x4, of course. There's a little bit of construction going on in the background, so hopefully it's not too loud with you guys through this GoPro. But this truck has always been in the Northwest. It has killer looking patina. It's all original paint. It has been cleared over, so it's not a glossy clear. It just kind of gives it the same sheen as the original paint probably would have. It's extremely original truck. It was in a long time collection and sat for a long period of time. The odometer shows 53,000 miles. I'm unsure if that's an original 53 because it had 50,000 on it by Carfax, like in 1987, which I'd find hard to believe because I can't see somebody driving 50,000 miles on a 1985 pickup back in the 80s. So not too sure if that is correct or not, but I kind of just go by, so you have to make your own judgment. 153 or 53, it's still the same truck in front of you, which is incredible, and a ton of work has gone into this truck to make sure it's daily driver worthy. But a lot of stuff I look at is, if I'd never seen a Carfax, is stuff on the originality of this truck, like the foot pedals have very little wear. The seat has been redone, but the interior is just unbelievable. These weren't really meant to last like this. Original stereo is still in place. But we'll go ahead and start the walk around in the front here. Underneath the hood is just beautiful. And we'll, in the layout of the ad and also the driving video, I'll talk about a lot of stuff done, but it has a little lift, nothing crazy, just to replace that stock suspension, powder coated wheels, new BFG tires, brake lines, all the brakes were done front and rear, including the lines, new fuel tanks, new fuel pump, alternator, full tune up. Just a ton of stuff that will be listed on there to make sure this truck is daily driver worthy. Carburetor's been replaced, clutch has been gone through, oil pan's been done. So this thing, it really is just an outstanding truck, and probably one of the best examples that I could find. And I haven't had a clean short bed like this, square body, in over a decade and a half. They're just getting to be crazy hard to find. So we'll start off here. You don't have any square body hood, the hood hinge where it hyperextends and then bends the hood. That's more on the 73 to 80 trucks anyway. When they went to a little to the longer nose, like the 81 to the 87 like this, you didn't have that as much to kind of fix that problem with the tension in the spring. But we'll start off here. Got a little dent right there, little guy right here, a little ding with no paint damage. You're gonna have your stone chips, your patina on the front here. Again, this has been cleared over to have kind of like this. It's a little bit more of a satin than a satin shine. It has this kind of like a good lacquer thinner look shine to it. Everything is intact. You got a little star here. This truck is 40 years old amazingly this year. So the front windshield has been replaced. Your balance is still all in place and in really good condition. It hasn't got hooked on, and those are kind of the things that I talk about. The bezels are in excellent condition. No cracks in the grille itself. The trim has been replaced on the side here, and there's a whole nother roll of it, extras for you when you buy the truck, if later down the road, if you get a little peeling, or if you want to redo one of them or something. Some people may choose to repaint this truck, which I would break my heart. I love it, but I do understand that this is, if you're looking for a truck with no questions, this is a beautiful example. You could put a paint job on this thing, and you know exactly what you're looking at. There's no hidden dents or anything like that. So you do have wear. This isn't gonna further peel, it's been cleared over, so we'll have that cool look. I don't think there might be like a little bit of Bondo right here, so this would be the only area to pay attention to. You can see that new fuel tank over there. Again, both sides have fuel tanks. Really clean behind the gas door. Little stuff like this is what I talk about as, I believe it could be original 53,000 miles. It's got a bed mat. I do have pictures with the bed mat up. Paint's chipped, of course, but the bed's in great condition on the floor otherwise. You got your wear around here. Again, all the trim, all the lights, the trim is in the wheel well trim and stuff like that is original. Tail lights, headlights, all that stuff. Or not the headlights, because those are replaceable as they burn out. But the majority of the trim, besides that body side molding, like real tailgate trim, you got some, no big dents or anything like that. The tailgate handle works good, but it is just bent in on one side there, so you could pop it out. It's not no big of a deal to take that out with these three, and I might even get to that, see if I can straighten it out for you. Just a little surface rust down there. You do not have bed rust, nothing like that. This is an extremely solid truck. I call this the two-wheel drive bumper. I did a lot of square bodies pretty much between 2007 and 2013, and then they just for some reason got extremely hard to find. I did long beds, short beds, step sides, 4x4s, 3/4 tons, two-wheel drives. So it was great to get this. Brought back a lot of memories. I've had a couple of long beds, you'll see on my past listings, but a short bed has been elusive from me for a while. There's just a lot of beat up ones out there. You can see that new fuel tank, you know, new dual exhaust, shocks all the way around, no rust in the wheel wells. We will get this up on the lift for full video underneath and full photos. Every door or every panel has excellent gaps. Both doors shut just amazing. The square body trucks just have, especially the 80s ones, have just a unique sound to them. I could hear that and know it's a GM truck. You can see pretty much almost no miles on the lift kit. It's a 2.5-inch lift kit, nothing major. Really kind of just barely above stock. It's got 32-inch BFG all-terrains. Again, the wheels have been powder. The original wheels have been powder coated. The trim rings and caps are original, which kind of, to me, how nice those are. You know, no repops were put on there. The screws were replaced, of course, because they have the kind of little hex screws that kind of go to hell on you. But so I'll take you back around to the interior. Of course, you have this here. We've got photos of the roof. It's got a killer looking patina. You can look at all these gaps, are just beautiful. That door shuts. I'll take you over. I don't think I did the bed rail, but you can see how nice and straight the tailgate is. Hasn't had a engine get loose or something heavy in the back. Nothing came up and smashed the front bulkhead. Nice looking cab corners. It's just amazing. I'll start off on the interior on this side since I'm here. The only thing I meant to do is the door felts. I just spaced it, so they're a little cracked, but they're literally like 40 bucks for a pair. It's fantastic. I have the original brochures and owner's manuals. You see the dash is perfect. The fuel tank switch has been replaced to make sure it is good with the fuel sending units, of course. Glove box is in good shape. It bounces down where it should, doesn't hyperextend all the way down. Still has the decals in here with the VIN number, all the codes. VIN number there. A lot of times these are just peeled out. Again, your ashtray pops right down, doesn't, you know, flop around. This is just, you know, your shifter is tight. It's got the 4-speed, which I love. Manual shift transfer case, automatic hubs, which this is the early time for automatic hubs. The late 70s and into the 80s kind of paved the way for what we see. Original carpet. You're gonna have fading, of course, right there because the touch floor mats on it. A little darkening brown towards the corners. So really, if you wanted to get crazy, pretty much a carpet kit would make this interior just look mint. Seat's been redone at some point. Very tight, looks factory, but the visors come down and stay where they should be. The dome light does work. I have the fuse out for the photos just so it doesn't drain the battery, but the battery I think isn't very old. I think it's like new. So you got a little fading on here, but again, these have, I don't think these have been off, or at least whoever did it correctly. They're tight all the way around, as is the carpet lower pieces. And these are the things that on any really older vehicle, but especially trucks and the square bodies, a lot of times this stuff's just flopping or missing. So it's great to see no chipped corners. That's just the stuff, you know, when I started looking at this truck that made it stand out. This is also a thing. Look how clean this is. A lot of times this is just gone. This does not look like it's got 153,000 miles on it. But again, you be your own judge. And in the end, it doesn't matter either way. It's got a 5-digit odometer. It's 40 years old, and it's just killer. You know, I would, even if this truck had 500,000 miles, I'd still choose it over some puff that been sitting and nobody took care of it, because this thing has been taken care of. The mechanicals are in fantastic condition, 0 exhaust leaks, anything like that, no oil leaks. And your visor comes down here. I love the gun rack. There was a day in my life where I took all these gun racks out. I got 2 trucks with them right now, and nowadays it's just kind of funny how time changes you. I leave them in because I love them now. It just gives that era look. You know, when I used to do these trucks in the 90s, in the 2000s, you know, I was always pulling that stuff out, putting custom wheels on. But look at that bottom side of the doors, are just unbelievable. I mean, all the seam sealers, this is just a fantastic truck. I can't not talk enough about it. Your steering wheel has a couple cracks here, but it is nice and tight, tilt steering. I'll get the GoPro on the head and we'll do some drive video, but let's see here, lift up the hood, and you can see another item underneath this hood is unbelievable. But this is all original. There's trucks that are 10 years old that have this stuff missing. Like cars like the Mercedes SLs, those are always tore up. But these are this heat protector is tight to the hood, and again kind of points to super low miles. You look at the cleansiness of in here, there's no rust in the core support. All this stuff looks beautiful, no issues with the frame and its gearbox, the spare tire or the spare jacks there. The wiper motor's been replaced. A lot of electrics on this thing has been replaced because it did sit in a collection for a long time, and so to bring it to a point where it's not just a driver once in a while, but something that can be daily driven, a lot of stuff's been done. The fuel filter, HEI distributor was replaced, not by us, but it was done less than 1,000 miles ago. Upper radiator hose, radiator's been replaced. To take out all those worries and questions, heater works amazing. If you want AC, to be honest with you, a truck of this age, I want a non-AC truck, because the AC trucks have this huge fiberglass panel, this huge hole you have to deal with, and 9 times out of 10 they don't work anyway. So you got to take all that stuff off. You got all this ugly stuff. Where now that vintage AC system, you got that nice firewall, this tiny unit goes underneath the dash, and they really are, anybody can install them. They have fantastic instructions. They have great support system to help you with any questions, and they're available anywhere from eBay, Amazon, my go-to Summit Racing. So that's an option for you. And good luck. And this is going at no reserve. Somebody's going to get one of the best square body K10s I've run across in a long time. It's something I'm just in love with. So good luck.